Python, a variable is like a container. You can think of it like a little box that stores something you want to use later. When you create a variable, you are basically saying, "Hey, Python, remember this value for me." That value could be a number, a word, or even something more complex. But do not worry, we will start simple. The way you create a variable in Python is really easy. You just write a name, use the equal sign, and then give it a value. For example, if you write age equals 21, you are telling Python, store the number 21 in a box called age. That is it. There is no need to tell Python what kind of value it is. Python will figure that out on its own. But before you create a variable, there are a few simple rules you need to follow. First, the name of your variable must start with a letter or an underscore, never with a number. Second, you cannot use spaces. Instead, use underscores like this. user_name. Third, do not use special characters like the @ symbol, hashtag, or %. Keeping your variable name simple, lowercase, and meaningful will save you a lot of confusion later. Now, what kind of values can we actually store in these variables? That brings us to something very important: data types. In Python, every value has a type, and these types decide what the value can do and how it behaves. Let me show you the most common ones you will use as a beginner. First, we have integers, also called int. These are just whole numbers like 1, 2, 100, or even -50. If you write score equals 10, Python sees 10 as an integer. Simple as that. Then we have floats. A float is just a number with a decimal point, like 3.14 or 5.0. So if you write temperature equals 22.5, that value is a float. And again, Python understands that automatically. Next up, we have strings. A string is any piece of text, letters, words, or even symbols surrounded by quotes. So if you write name equals "Alice, you are storing text. Just remember, strings must be inside quotes. You can use single or double, both work the same. If you write price equals "25", it might look like a number, but since it is inside quotes, Python sees it as a string. That means you cannot do math with it unless you convert it into a number first. So the data type matters, even if the value looks the same. There is also a type called boolean, and it can only be true or false. It is like a light switch. You either turn it on or off. We use booleans when we want to check conditions, like whether someone is logged in, or if a number is greater. For example, type open parenthesis, age close parenthesis will tell you whether age is an integer, a float, a string, or something else. So let us quickly go back and see how all this ties together. In Python, you use variables to store values. Those values have data types like integers, floats, strings, or booleans, and knowing the type helps you understand what you can do with the value. Also, keep in mind, variable names should be simple, clear, and lowercase. One more thing, variables in Python are case sensitive. That means age with a capital A and age with a lowercase a are two different variables. So be careful with your spelling and capitalization. And hey, if you missed the first part of this Zero to Hero Python series, where I explained what Python is and how to install it step by step, go back and watch that now. It will help you understand everything we are building here. And if you are someone who truly wants to learn coding, not just watch it, then follow me here on ZeroBug.